Woodblock printmaking, an art form that has been around for well over 1,500 years. It involves taking a hard, flat piece of wood and intricately carving designs, after which you lay ink across the carving and impress it onto a piece of paper, leaving behind what can be a very intricate and beautiful print. But what if we could skip all of that lame learning and jump right into the fun part with this, a laser. This thing was sent to me by Creality. It is their Falcon 2 Pro laser, and I have a little bit of experience with lasers, but let me tell you, this thing is pretty great. Namely, it is all self-contained. I'm a total caveman when it comes to using gadgets and whatnot, and this thing has completely kept my less than safe tendencies at bay. I feel totally confident using this thing. It comes with an air assist. It comes with all sorts of safety features. It shuts off if you open up the lid. It doesn't work unless the lid is completely closed. The lid, 360-degree view. The lid itself is also a safety screen. It blocks out harmful light emitting from the laser so that you're less likely to hurt yourself when using this thing. And they also include a fun set of safety goggles. Even more cool is it comes with a built-in camera so you can just look down and see your work. It's got these slats in here, no honeycomb. You got these like blades that you can set your work on, and you can position them in all sorts of ways to get exactly the kind of positioning you want for your workpiece. It even has this nifty bottom tray that collects all the debris that might fall out of your laser while you're lasering, so cleanup is a breeze. This is the 22-watt version, which is great for engraving as well as cutting, and I will have more opinions about my overall experience using this thing at the end of the video. But first, let us get into the actual making stuff. Now, the first thing we're going to need is materials. In traditional woodblock printmaking, you're typically looking at some specific expensive pieces of wood to carve into. I have these, which are free samples that you can get from the hardware store. They are hardwood floor samples. Some of them are kind of synthetic. Some of them are through and through hardwood, and we're going to use a few different kinds and see what kind of results we get. I have a few different designs pre-prepared that I'm going to be lasering out. So, without any further ado, let's get to it. And that's too small, but not too bad.
I think it's more entertaining.
Yeah. Ah, you're kidding me. And here are our three finished designs. This one is a little doodle that I did in pen and ink, and we're going to see how well this performs. It's got a lot of fine lines, and I think the laser might have kind of burned some of them, so we'll see how well they show up. This is what it looks like in the proper orientation, and this is just a piece of art made with the laser, but not what we're doing today, but that's what this is ideally supposed to look like. This one's an abstract zebra with thick lines that should hopefully get us a good result, and this one is carved into plywood. This one is in kind of a composite material. You might have noticed I got the colors flipped around when I was etching this one out, so the print is actually going to be inverted when we do this one, but it should look pretty cool. We'll definitely get some of the grain in there from the wood, and we'll see what that looks like. This one I think is my favorite of them all. It's well, it's a crane and it looks pretty cool. It's going to be a cool example of negative space, and we'll see if we can capture all the detail on there, and we'll see how well that turns out. For materials, we got some sumi ink, some black sumi ink, and we've got some authentic washi kozo rice paper. It's rice paper, right? We've got some authentic washi kozo mulberry paper to do our final prints onto. Before we go to the mulberry paper, we've got some just test pieces, and I think what we'll do is kind of a gauntlet. We'll try out all these, and we'll pick the best one to use on the nice paper. Now, I am no master Japanese crafts person, so I'm not going to try to aspire to recreate the Great Wave here today. What I am going to try to do is to try to emulate the quality that an actual professional artist, namely my wife, is able to get with kind of basic techniques. So let me show you some of that. Here is some of her work. This is a woodblock print that she did, and then this is a screen print that she did. So just for reference, this is the level of quality that I'm gonna see if I can replicate here today.
Yes, my lord.
All right, I'm ready for I'm done with the scripted stuff, so now so Angie's here to help. Wave hi to the camera, Ange.
Hi.
Hello. All right, so do I just brush the ink on there?
Yes.
I want to just jab the brush in there and slather it on, is that?
Yeah, maybe I should get some water. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
Slather it on.
I've got the queen's permission. Oh wow, that goes on really nice. All right, I'm just gonna drop this down.
Okay.
Here's our batten. Is that what they're called, battens?
I'm not sure. Alright.
That's that didn't work. Oh wow, yeah, much better. Oh, it's much better. That's okay. It's not too bad. So attempt 1 and attempt 2 and an ideal replication. All right, next up we got the zebra. We're inked up. Ooh. That turned out pretty good. Now, I have high hopes for this one. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be heartbroken. Paper me.
Touch a little bit. We won't have as many
All right, that's it.
folds.
Ah, that looks like baloney. Number 1, definitely those thin lines were too much to make an impression, and that's okay. With the zebra here, I think this one probably turned out the most like recognizable. I do think the heron here is still my favorite, and I think if I apply more ink to the negative space, I think it'll be pretty cool. Lots of ink on the background. Too much ink. Go ahead and lay that sucker down. Washi kozo. That's not too bad.
That's neat.
That is pretty neat. Okay.
Yeah, that one bled way too much.
Looks like butts. Okay. We're gonna do one more final attempt. We're gonna try wetting the paper first a little bit. Yeah, I know in the videos I've seen they keep it like lightly moist. Here we go.
Ooh. That looks better.
It does look better. Wow!
That's beautiful.
That turned out really cool. That's not too bad. It is bleeding a little bit, but
Oh yeah, it is.
it's not too bad. Alright, I'm calling that a success. That's good enough for me. I would hang that up.
Yeah.
And here are our 3 final impressions. This one went a little too light, but still got an image. This one, a little too much ink on there, got some bleeding. And this one We moistened the paper beforehand, and we actually got some really clean impressions. If you look at the water down at the bottom, really clean lines. I just think there was maybe too much moisture on the paper. And I think it is abundantly clear that there's more to printmaking than just making the woodblock. You gotta actually have some skill when it comes to making the print, but I think we have made some significant steps in the right direction. So I'm excited to see what else I can do with this technique in the future if I feel like doing that. And let me know, what do you think of all of these? Came out the best? Do you have any ideas for how this could be implemented in perhaps a different kind of art? Or you could use a laser in a different kind of art? I don't know. But I do know that this was a lot of fun, and I'm encouraged, and I might try this again in the future. And as far as my opinion on using the Creality Falcon 2 Pro laser, I don't have much bad to say. It was very simple to use, simple to set up, very intuitive, connected right into Lightburn from my computer, and really had no issues all along the way. The only issues I had were my own because I had to learn how to use the laser. One minor critique, this shielding gets very dirty very quickly. I mean, it's a laser, it's going to be kicking up dust and stuff. I don't hold that against the laser, just something you should be aware of if you're going to be using this thing. Your visibility is not going to be flawless, but that's really it. If you're interested in picking up a laser for yourself, I would feel very comfortable recommending the Creality Falcon 2 Pro to anyone from a hobbyist up to like a light professional putting out small batches of things. If you're interested in picking one up, I will have a link down in the description, and if you choose to buy through that link, it will help out the channel. And if you don't want to do that, you could always just subscribe. That helps me out too. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one.